Please remain standing for the invocation led by the Reverend Tanis Kolisnik, Student Life Academic Advisor, and a blessing provided upon this ceremony and the graduates by Elder Florence Paynter.
Bonjour, dana maganiduk. Joshka Vineshikwe, Disney Kas, Mako, dana magan. I want to acknowledge the tobacco that's been offered so I can bring in the guidance of the Great Spirit, acknowledge my spirit name, Blue Thunderbird Woman, from the Bear Clan. And I'm really happy to been offered tobacco so I can come and do the invocation on behalf of you all that have come to celebrate the accomplishment of this university, and in particular the graduates. And I will do the invocation in my prayer, so you can do your acknowledgement in your own way. And with that, I will do the prayer. I usually do Kinga Kinagego Kadivendawan. Me watch give me go on Jib Madison. Me watch give me go. Gab me the Savandamang, Mino. Jib me gan ob mangituski wadis. Be me gistot, aninga give me je. Mini gazot, Jib me moin young. Miss Shomis, Bimiga Guada, in Gatchip Yunjan Anagajet, in Gatchimino, Minocomeet, Uniga Niming Isha, Migoge, Unge, Wikina Magek, Kakina, Kagib me, Wichiot, Jib me, Nanagaten, minute, Kina, Bimbi, mi Wetchani Mak, Age, Kino Magap me, Wito Kazwat, Memdige, Inge, Odina Magan New York, Onigi Gok, Omishomise Mark, Kukumuk, Oni Jansio, Kevino, Ami Watchkip Migo, Mishomis, Mijoin Mishnamba, Vejagon, Zoani Mishnam, Gzamanidu, Sawani Mishnam, Gzamanidu, Sawani Mishnam, Gzamanidu, Sawani Mishnam, Gzamanidu. Ho.
When I look upon this gathering today, these graduates represent hope, and I think that we all agree that we're living through times where this world of ours needs signs of hope. You hold knowledge in a world that needs fresh insights and wisdom. You have skill sets that include being able to listen to each other with respect and integrity. Today, we ask God to bless this gathering. Together, we are here to celebrate your achievements, your community of family, friends, UAW professors and support staff have been a part of your journey, and we collectively pause and give thanks and honor you for your hard work and determination to reach these goals. At the same time, we acknowledge that this is also a start of a new chapter, full of uncertainties, opportunities, and transitions. May God's blessings surround you as you continue to embrace the dance between science and art, nature's mysteries and wonders. May you continue to discern and uphold ethics and ensure positive regard for all in a complex world. Amen.
Thank you. Please be seated. Before we begin, I would like to welcome in our guests who have just arrived. Please be patient as they find their seats. It is now my pleasure to welcome to the podium Dr. Annette Trimby, President and Vice Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg.
Good morning and welcome to the University of Winnipeg, located on Treaty 1 land in the heart of the Métis Nation. I begin with this significant acknowledgement to recognize the influence the land we are located on, its history, its present, its peoples, and its relationships must have on everything we do. It is my pleasure to welcome you here and to preside over today's ceremony. We've made some important changes to our Convocation ceremony beginning this year, which are intended to honor Indigenous people and acknowledge that we are on Treaty 1 land. Most of the students in front of me will have some understanding of the significance of this and why it is important. At the beginning of today's ceremony, we were honored to have Frank Walker perform traditional drumming and singing as our platform party entered. Frank will also be singing an honor song at the end of today's ceremony, which is traditionally used to recognize when an individual or group has accomplished something noteworthy. You may also notice some additions to our graduates' regalia. Our Indigenous graduates have the choice to wear a special stole over their shoulders. This custom stole was created by Destiny Seymour, an Anishinaabe interior designer. Destiny's design is inspired by the repeated and delicate pattern stamping found on local Indigenous pottery, along with colors that reflect the University of Winnipeg. In addition, these graduates will be wearing different colored tassels to identify them as Métis, First Nation, or Inuit. Finally, we will have a star blanket on display on Spence Street as our graduates exit the ceremony. Across many Indigenous nations, the foundational understanding is that we are all related. This understanding includes our relationship to all beings everywhere and to all things, from the earth to the sky and beyond. The significance of the star blanket extends from this understanding. Today, it is often used as a gift of honor and recognition of relationships. I invite anyone who would like to take their picture in the front of the star blanket to please do so. Mr. Chancellor, distinguished guests, members of the graduating class, families of the graduates, colleagues, and friends of the University of Winnipeg, I have the honor to declare open this 113th Convocation of the University of Winnipeg for the conferring of degrees in science, business, and economics. We are pleased to be joined by a number of distinguished platform guests, and I want to introduce them at this time. I would ask that each person stand briefly as I call his or her name, and I would request that you hold your applause until I have finished the introductions. In the third row, Dr. Carol Harvey, Fellow of the University of Winnipeg, Dr. Robert Young, Fellow of the University of Winnipeg, Dr. Jacqueline Romano, University of Winnipeg Faculty Association President, Jarita Greyeyes, Director of Community Engagement and Learning, Michael Boyce, Vice President, Academic, Booth College, Kim Lowe, Executive Director, Professional Applied and Continuing Education, Dr. Jacqueline McLeod Rogers, Acting Associate Dean of Arts, Dr. John Anchan, Associate Dean of Education, Dr. Jens Frank, Acting Associate Dean of Science, Ruth Dickinson, President of the University of Winnipeg Alumni Association. And in the second row, Colin Russell, our Registrar, Laurel Repsky, Vice President, Human Resources, Mike Emsley, Vice President, Finance and Administration, Dr. Jan Stewart, Acting Dean of Kinesiology, Chris Miniker, Senior Executive Officer, External Relations, Dr. Catherine Taylor, Acting Dean of Arts, Dr. Kenneth McCluskey, Dean of Education, Dr. Mavis Reimer, Dean of Graduate Studies, Dr. Hugh Grant, Acting Dean of Business and Economics, and Dr. Doug Goltz, Acting Dean of Science. And in the first row, Elder Frank Walker, Florence Paynter, Elder, Reverend Tanis Kalisnik, Student Life Academic Advisor, Jeremy Leathers, Campus Sustainability Award winner, Dr. Shannon Sampert, Associate Professor, Director and Editor, Evidence Network, and Marcia Hannon Award for Excellence in Creating Community Awareness Award winner, Eric Johnstone, Incoming Board of Regents Chair, Bob Silver, Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg, Dr. Peter Auger, Honorary Doctor of Science candidate, Dr. James Curry, Provost and Vice President Academic, Dr. Marcia Hannon, past University of Winnipeg President and honored guest, Dr. John A. Bowman, Chancellor Emeritus, past honorary degree recipient and member of the University of Winnipeg Foundation Board, and Doug Lausted, President and Vice Chancellor, University College of the North. This is your 113th Convocation Platform Party. I also want to acknowledge the presence of special guests of the Platform Party and members of our Board of Regents who are seated in the audience. Seated in front of me, or serving as marshals, are members of our faculty whose wisdom, expertise, and generosity of spirit have contributed so much to the personal growth and academic success of our graduates. We are also joined by many members of our staff, administration, and alumni who are here to share in the celebration and who play essential roles in making this university an extraordinary place to discover, achieve, and belong. I would ask you to join me in acknowledging all of these remarkably gifted and dedicated people. Convocation is a special time in the calendar of the university. It is a time when we gather together to honor our grads, bid them farewell, and celebrate their accomplishments. It is also a wonderful occasion to give honors to members of the university faculty, students, and staff who have made significant and worthy contributions to our institution. And it is a time when we award honorary degrees to those who have demonstrated exceptional leadership and unparalleled excellence in their fields, helping to define and shape the principles and values that give meaning to our community. Today, we honor Dr. Peter Auger with an Honorary Doctor of Science. An honorary degree is the highest academic status that can be bestowed on any individual. Those who receive an honorary degree demonstrate dedication and excellence in their field of work and have been nominated for consideration of this title. It is now my pleasure to call upon our esteemed Chancellor, Mr. Robert Silver, to confer special honors on Peter Auger. Peter will be introduced by Dr. James Curry, Provost and Vice President Academic. Chancellor, Peter, and Dr. Curry, would you please come forward?
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present Peter Augrey, who will receive an honorary Doctor of Science. Nobel laureate Dr. Augrey is known for his brilliance, humor, and humility. He has a long and distinguished career as a doctor, contemporary scientist, researcher, and educator. He focuses on the problem of disease in the developing world and is presently a distinguished professor and director of the Malaria Research Institute at Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health in Baltimore, where he supervises lab research and oversees malaria field research in Zambia and Zimbabwe. Dr. Augrey's laboratory became widely recognized for discovering aquaporins, a family of water channel proteins found throughout nature and responsible for numerous physiological processes as well as multiple clinical disorders. This game-changing discovery earned Dr. Augrey the Nobel Prize in Chemistry with Roderick MacKinnon of Rockefeller University in 2003. Dr. Augrey's deep love and respect for humanity is reflected in his continued work to improve the human condition. He has traveled to Cuba, North Korea, and Myanmar to help promote peace and sustainable development. His passion for science and research, coupled with his drive to improve lives through informed policy, has played a vital role in public health around the globe. Mr. Chancellor, I request that you confer upon Peter Augrey the degree of Honorary Doctor of Science for his significant scientific influence and discoveries.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg, I admit you, Peter Augrey, to the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining. You have to sign, Peter, to make it official. Thank you. I'll leave this on your chair.
It is now my pleasure to call upon our distinguished guest to address our graduates, Dr. Peter Augrey.
Good morning, President Trimby, Chancellor Silver, esteemed regents, faculty, friends, and most of all, graduates. It's a pleasure to be with you. It is a huge honor for me to receive an honorary doctorate from the University of Winnipeg, an institution renowned for excellence in undergraduate and graduate education, commitment to the Indigenous peoples, and graduating generations of young men and women who've gone on to service to society and leadership of Canada. This is a thrill. I couldn't be more pleased. Now, graduation speeches are often touted as important events, but studies have shown that no one remembers what is said. So I'm going to resort to some wisdom from the Hebrew religious book, the Torah. A lesson delivered with humor is a lesson retained. If I say anything amusing, feel free to laugh. Now, the US and Canada are the closest neighbors and the best of friends, but you can imagine it is a bit of a challenge to speak at the University of Winnipeg less than 1 week after President Trump visited Ottawa for the disastrous G7 summit. I realize most Canadians may be outraged, but most Americans are also outraged. So let's get beyond that. Canada and the US are in many ways so similar, but there are some differences. And this is where I think we could learn from each other. Healthcare. One system, capitalism in the United States versus universal healthcare in Canada. In terms of the medical personnel, the diagnostic equipment, The hospitals, they're very similar, but the policies are very different. And in the end, Canada spends half as much per capita on healthcare and has an average lifespan 4 years longer than the United States. Gun control, another fundamental difference. Free access versus restrictions. My best illustration of the policies that we have in several of the United States is represented by an episode from that famous TV show, The Simpsons. Homer Simpson entering a gun shop in one of our United States, asking for the most lethal weapon possible, makes his selection and wants to pay for it, and the proprietor says, whoa, hold on. There's a 5-day waiting period for a background check. Homer explodes. 5 days, but I'm angry now. This is clearly not a policy with a future. Our governments are also distinct. The parliamentary system in Canada, allowing representation for even small parties, versus the two-party system in the United States. There's nothing in our Constitution of the United States about having two political parties. The most insight was probably provided by Bob Hope, who, when asked to explain the two-party system, he thought, and he said, well, no one political party can fool all of the people all of the time. That's why we need two parties. So have a little sympathy for us. Minnesota and Manitoba, my home state of Minnesota and adopted province of Manitoba, are closest neighbors and share so many features. The rest of the country refer to us as the flyover country. When people are flying from Toronto to Vancouver or New York to California, they pass over us, failing to realize that down here on the ground are nice people, friendly people who have real interests in the outdoors, fishing and paddle sports. I think if we merged Minnesota and Manitoba, we could call it a breakaway province, breakaway state of Minitoba. The license plates would say 110,000 lakes. And ice hockey. Ice hockey has been embraced throughout the United States now, but it started here. Minnesota has a distinction of being the only state in the U.S. that has had a governor who won an Olympic silver medal in ice hockey and was drafted by a franchise in the World Hockey Association to play professional hockey, which he passed to be governor of Minnesota. Having celebrity leaders sometimes can be a problem, however. My classmate in high school, Jesse Ventura, you may recognize, took it a little too far when he brought his motto from the wrestling ring to the state legislature. He was fond of saying, win if you can, lose if you must, but always, always cheat. Basically, a bad idea. So I'm going to leave 2 lessons to the graduates, and I hope you will remember these. They're very simple. You've heard them before. Number 1, don't take yourself too seriously. Number 2, you will need the help of others. No one does it alone. And I'm going to call on some of my own experiences to illustrate this. Now, as an undergraduate, I had ambitions to go to medical school and applied to the University of Minnesota Medical School. And one of the requirements for all students at the University of Minnesota in the past was to take the Minnesota Multiphasic Personality Inventory, the grandfather of personality inventories. It was a multi-hour test with many redundancies. And I remember distinctly my interview with the Dean of Admissions. It went well. And Dean Sullivan turned to me and said, Peter, do you have any questions? And I wanted to look alert. The first thing I thought of was, what did you learn about me from the Minnesota Multiphasic Personality Inventory? And trust me, that is the wrong question. Dean Sullivan looked at my portfolio. They looked right at me, stared me in the eye, and said, these results indicate that you lie more than average. Then he looked down again and said, but you lie less than the average medical student. So I'm not sure what that means. As a medical student at Johns Hopkins, I worked in a research laboratory because I had an interest in global health, working on the problem of cholera, a horrible diarrheal disease sweeping through Asia. Now, I have to say, if you're working on diarrheal diseases, you cannot expect that to enhance your social life. At a mixer at Goucher College, a wonderful women's college just outside of Baltimore, I met an attractive young lady. She seemed interested in me. She finally asked me, Peter, what medical specialty are you interested in? Now, at the moment, I thought maybe I should just say neurosurgery or cardiology, but I'm from Minnesota. I told her the truth. I said, I'm interested in diarrhea. That was the end of that romance. But not long thereafter, I met a young lady working in a laboratory who'd grown up in a farm, and we hit it off. She was not squeamish. She's my wife, Mary. We've been together 45 years now. And part of the reason we've been together so long is she has nerves of steel. She said, Peter, if you work on diarrheal diseases, please don't bring your work home at night. And as I joined the faculty at Johns Hopkins and the career developed, we were blessed with children. We have 4 children and now 2 grandchildren. And the children will teach their parents so much. I remember our daughter Claire, who was very interested in children's theater. There was a Christmas program. She was about 8 years old and said, Daddy, please come to the Christmas program. It was on a Saturday afternoon. I was working on a grant. The deadline was Monday, and the progress in the grant was going well. I skipped the children's theater program. And when I got home that afternoon, late afternoon, I was greeted by Claire with her arms crossed, looking dismayed. And I explained to Claire that I didn't make the program because I was working on something very important. I just ran out of time. I couldn't make it. And she paused and said, well, you need to know that Kathy Schmoke's dad was not too busy to attend, and he is the mayor of Baltimore. Touché. I'm also often asked how we discovered the aquaporins, the water channel proteins. And in truth, we discovered a protein in red cell membranes. We did not understand the function. And a protein without a function is a scientist without a future, without a grant. Now, important issue is the work-life balance. And Mary, very organized, every year would organize a camping trip for one of the national parks or provincial parks. We've been to lots of them. They were glorious. And after several years, she said, let's ask the children which national park they want to go to next year. They yelled, Disney World. Disney World is not a national park, but families are not strict democracies. We went to the Everglades, and then we went to Disney World. And on the long drive back to Baltimore, we stopped in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, where I'd worked for a couple of years as a postdoctoral fellow, and talked to one of the faculty, John Parker, a hematologist who had a small physiology lab. And I was telling him about this new protein we discovered, and John leaned forward and smiled. It's present in red cells, in kidney tubules, homologs present in the tissues of plants. Have you considered this is the long-sought water channel? And he launched us on a line of research that we've pursued, and eventually led to a Nobel Prize. Now, to get a Nobel Prize as a result of a family camping trip is probably not usual, but I think you take the information from wherever you can get it. And aquaporins are important in many physiological processes. In our brains, the secretion of spinal fluid; in our eyes, the secretion and absorption of aqueous humor and tears; humidification of our airways; the concentration of urine. And if you don't think that's important, next time you're on an Air Canada flight in economy class with a full bladder, the seatbelt light goes on. Think of aquaporin 2. The work went well, and early in an October morning, 15 years ago, the phone rang. It was a pleasant voice with a Swedish accent informing me that I would share the Nobel Prize in chemistry. I was absolutely delighted, as you can imagine, but as the conversation went on, I started to daydream a little. I was not a very good chemistry student in high school. In fact, I was terrible. My dad was a chemistry professor, and I guess this was my immature acting out. So as I'm listening to the Nobel Chemistry Committee, I'm starting to think of Mr. Thornton, my high school chemistry teacher in Minnesota, aspirating his morning cornflakes as he learns the news that his worst student has won the Nobel Prize. Education is an interesting and sometimes unpredictable activity. Now, Mary, at that moment, called my mother back in Minnesota. She was elderly, living in an assisted living home, to share the news. Mother thought for a moment. She said, "Mary, tell Peter that's very nice, but don't let this go to his head." Good heartland advice. So in concluding, I'd just like to pose a question. How far has my generation, the baby boomers, taken us? When we were your age, we had great aspirations, but a lot of things didn't happen. 50 years ago, there was a lunatic in the White House, a despot leading North Korea, and a prime minister named Trudeau. Today, there's a lunatic in the White House, a despot leading North Korea, and a prime minister named Trudeau. Is it possible? Is it possible we didn't go as far as we thought? And in this, I'd like to speak directly to the graduates, because you will have to do better than our generation, and you will do better. The intellectual prowess which you've exhibited, the ability to work hard, the ambition to make a difference will lead you in your careers. You will contribute to the well-being of your families, to your province, and to your nation. Never give up. We're counting on you. Thank you and congratulations.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Peter Auger. Who would have thought a Nobel Prize winner would be so darn entertaining? And I do want to thank the nominators, and I spotted one of them over there, Dr. Neil Besner. Thank you for sharing your wisdom and insight with our graduating class, and really sharing your love of science, your curious nature, and the significance of working with others and being part of a whole family, a whole community. To recognize their dedication, several prestigious awards are presented to faculty and staff on an annual basis at our spring and autumn convocations. Several of these were presented at a dinner reception last night, and I would now like to call upon Dr. James Curry, Provost and Vice President Academic, to come forward and to publicly acknowledge and congratulate the recipients.
Thank you, Dr. Trimby. 6 members of our university were recognized for outstanding contributions over the past year, 2 of whom are attending today's ceremony. Award recipients, would you please stand as I call your name? Dr. Shannon Sampert. I have the pleasure to present Dr. Shannon Sampert, who is being honored with the Marcia Hannon Award for Excellence in Creating Community Awareness. Dr. Sampert is a political analyst and media specialist who serves as a bridge between the academy and the community. As a former journalist, she explores the intersections of media, politics, and gender. In her role at the University of Winnipeg teaching politics and in the Masters in Public Administration program, she has inspired countless students to pursue advanced degrees in political science and related areas, or careers in politics and the civil service. In particular, Dr. Sampert is a sought-after media commentator during Canadian elections, and for her expertise in areas such as political communications and sexism in politics. After recently serving as the first and only female op-ed editor at the daily Winnipeg Free Press, she returned to UWinnipeg and took on the position of director and editor-in-chief of the Evidence Network, working with academics from across Canada to ensure their voices are heard in major media channels. Dr. Sampert is generous with her time as a speaker who meets with a wide diversity of community groups and organizations, including Equal Voice Manitoba, which helps women who are interested in entering politics understand how the media works. Dr. Shannon Sampert is, in every sense, a true public intellectual. The University of Winnipeg is proud to present her with the Marcia Hannon Award for Excellence in Creating Community Awareness. Jeremy Leathers. I have the pleasure to present Jeremy Leathers, who is being honored with the Campus Sustainability Recognition Award. Jeremy is an engaged student leader who has helped many of his peers turn their good ideas into concrete sustainability projects at the University of Winnipeg. During his 3-year term as president of the Geography and Environmental Students Association, Jeremy was integral to expanding the group's Eco-Grant program, an annual award aimed at supporting environmental stewardship on campus. Jeremy has been a strong proponent for student engagement in and public awareness of sustainability issues. Recently, he was a panelist at the university's 2018 Grassroots Sustainability Festival, and last summer he helped communicate U-Winnipeg field research to members of the public at Fort White Alive. As a student, his research has been focused on issues of nutrient pollution in Winnipeg and across North America. His honors thesis looked at the impact of freeze-thaw cycles on phosphorus release from cattails in Manitoba, and he is the co-author of a report to the Department of Fisheries and Oceans on water flow and zebra mussels in Western Canada. Jeremy is graduating this spring with a double BSc honors in biology and geography, and is set to begin a master's program at Wilfrid Laurier University this fall. The University of Winnipeg is proud to present Jeremy Leathers with the 2018 Campus Sustainability Recognition Award. Please join me in giving a round of applause to our award winners. Congratulations to you all. Thank you for your work and commitment to the university. I would now like to invite Dr. John Bowman, Chancellor Emeritus, past honorary degree recipient, and member of the University of Winnipeg Foundation Board, up to the podium to honor a very special guest here with us today. Dr. Bowman.
Later today, the University of Winnipeg will officially rename a prominent corridor on campus to recognize the distinguished legacy of Dr. Marcia Hannon, the university's first female president and vice chancellor. Dr. Hannon, would you please stand? During her decade of service as student of Winnipeg, Dr. Hannon advanced the institution's growth and development strategy, bolstered the university reputation as a strong undergraduate school, and laid the groundwork for many campus landmarks. Some of her accomplishments include signing the University of Winnipeg Act, the establishment of a full Bachelor of Education program, and the opening of both the Bowman Student Center and the acclaimed Eckhart-Gramete Hall. She is described as an open and honest leader with a high level of integrity. She actively included the campus community in decision-making and has continued to give back to the University of Winnipeg community through funds and awards and support and honor faculty and staff. For the lasting contribution and continued support, University of Winnipeg is proud to permanently rename the Spence Street Mall as Marcia Hannon Way.
Thank you, Dr. Bowman and Dr. Curry, and congratulations to all of our award winners and to Dr. Hannon. Last night at our convocation dinner, Marcia Hannon's brother pulled me aside and said, "Annette, you need to find Marcia Hannon's podium. You and her are short, and we can't see you unless you find her podium." Anyways, we're now at the part that you've all been looking for, the part of the program where you get to share this special occasion with our graduates, the part that you've been eagerly anticipating. The registrar, Mr. Colin Russell, will present the graduates, and our chancellor, Mr. Bob Silver, will confer the degrees. The parchments will be handed to the graduates by the dean and associate dean of each respective department. Each graduate will also be presented with a University of Winnipeg alumni pin by Ruth Dickinson, president of the Alumni Association Council. This is a rite of passage, an occasion for jubilation for our graduates and for the friends and family who have helped them on their way. So please feel free to express your admiration of our graduates or any particular graduate as they cross the platform. Mr. Russell and Chancellor Silver, please.
Would the graduands please rise as their degree is called and remain standing while the other degrees are announced? Master of Science. Master of Science. Bachelor of Science Honors. Bachelor of Science 4-year. Bachelor of Science. Master of Arts in Environmental Resource and Development Economics. Bachelor of Business Administration, 4-year. Bachelor of Business Administration. Bachelor of Arts Honors in Economics. Bachelor of Arts 4-year in Economics and Finance. Bachelor of Arts in Economics. Mr. Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate, I request you to confer upon these candidates and upon those receiving their degrees in absentia the degree for which they have qualified.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg, I admit those present and those receiving degrees in absentia to the degrees for which the prescribed studies have been completed, with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining.
Please shift your cap tassels to the left. Congratulations, you are now graduates of the University of Winnipeg. Please be seated. Mr. Chancellor, I now beg leave to present the graduates for congratulations.
Yes.
Receiving the Master of Science degree, Bin Guo. Graduate Student of Highest Distinction Award, Vahid Kardan. Srinivas Kasturi. Marcel Nwali. Oloyamesimi Akinwumi Alugubu. Krishna Ashakumar Surti. Arshia Sethia Ulaganathan. Ji Wen Wang. Varunge Varun Vikram. Now the recipients of the Bachelor of Science Honors degree, receiving the Chancellor's Gold Medal for the highest standing in Science Honors and the Gold Medal for Honors Mathematics, Matthew Elliott Craker. Receiving the University Silver Medal for the second highest standing in Science Honors, the Gold Medal in Honors Biopsychology, and the O.T. Anderson Award, Mohammed Abdel Malik Abu Aoun. Jake John Blackner. Domenica Rosina Burrows. Receiving the Gold Medal in Honors Biology, Rebecca Nadine Carter. Receiving the Gold Medal in Honors Environmental Studies and Sciences, Louis Angela Cruz Concepcion. Receiving the Gold Medal in Honors Biochemistry, Rebecca Lee Justine Kummer. Robin Victoria Demeray. Ariane Pascal Delay. Yvonne Drahun. Caitlin Violet Ferry. Jessica Maria Fries. Shannon Elizabeth Ganter. Alwyn Clark Quesada Go. Kareem Hassan. Raphael Eveatar Holt. Sharnay Brianne Hubsher. Receiving the gold medal in honors applied computer science, Nicholas Randall Kelly. Emma Louise Kunkel. Receiving the gold medal in honors geography, Jeremy Graham Leathers. Daryl Herbert McQuaid. Motopiolua Oluwabaseo Olifonke. Angelique Elode Parajas. French pronunciation. Justin Henri Perra. Cora Ann Romano. Ian Alexander Russell. Receiving the gold medal in honors physics, Megan Ray Rutherford. Jamie Andrew Sanderson. Jordan J. Michael Strike. Samantha Taylor. Jessica Elizabeth Weeb. Kelsey Lee Duncan. And now the recipients of the Bachelor of Science four-year degree, receiving the Chancellor's Gold Medal for the highest standing in four-year science and the Gold Medal in Radiation Therapy, Alexandra May Warburton. Receiving the university's silver medal for the second highest standing in science, 4-year, and the gold medal in 4-year biopsychology, Siavash Kermani Kushe. Receiving the university's silver medal for the second highest standing in arts, 3-year, the gold medal for 4-year biology, and the gold medal for 3-year English, Adara Janet Sajtos. Also receiving the Bachelor of Arts degree, Amber Dawn Lindell Alagawesa. Miret Awadala. Alina Constance Benoit. Brandon Jared Blank. Megan Burbella. Warren Kyle Campbell. Keisha Lynn Jean Carrier. Cheyenne Jasmine Clifford. Raylyn Cecilia Dawson. Alex Schilling Drew. Joshua Richard Fidelic. Amber Nicole Frieza. Danea Celeste Gauthier Weeb. Nicholas Allard Gibson. Alexandre Mathieu Gilbert. Matthew Allen Glass. Catherine Vanessa Ashley Hearns. Alyssa May Hilapo. Belinda Bell Jaksic. Brett Peggy Johnston. Receiving the gold medal in 4-year applied computer science, Tan Tuan La. Austin Edward Loss. Morgan Bryn Mackay. Joshua Vince Sese Manolo. Victoria Dawn McConnell. Sean Andrew McClellan. Carly Dawn Metcalf. Stephanie Pauline Murray. Receiving the gold medal in 4-year chemistry, Nicholas William Pegoretti. Beth Colleen Peterson. Receiving the gold medal in 4-year bioanthropology, Jillian Celise Alcaraz Rebostilio. Jane Rusak. Charan Paul Singh. Sydney Lynn Smith. Isabel Lindsay Marie Stefaniak. Marianne Tran. Receiving the gold medal in 4-year statistics, Scott Stanley White. Keen Wong. Now the recipients of the 3-year Bachelor of Science degree, receiving the Governor General's Silver Medal, the Chancellor's Gold Medal for the highest standing in science, 3-year program, the Gold Medal in honors or in 3-year biopsychology, and the University of Winnipeg Golden Key Chapter Convocation Scholarship, Andrew Jonathan Stewart Pierce. Receiving the University Silver Medal for the 2nd highest standing in science, 3-year program, Haley Victoria Hildebrand. Also receiving the University Silver Medal for the 2nd highest standing in science, 3-year program, and the Gold Medal in 3-year chemistry, Amy Oyman Lee. Hamza Amjad. Receiving the gold medal in 3-year biology, Amy Jolynn Ensbergen. Odez Chrisleen Bangett. Danielle Rita Marie Barrell. You're next. No, you're next, though. Vladimir Barkov. Go ahead. Haley Morgan Behrens. Samantha Bellows. French pronunciation? Matthew Adrian Joseph Berard. Megan Bolton. Skylar Eliza Boulanger. Colvir Kaur-Brar. Hardeep Kaur Buttar. Mary Grace Cacao. Corey Nicholas Carrero. Lovely Diane Cuarsmeo Castillo. Receiving the gold medal in 3-year mathematics, Kevin Chow. Dominic Corinne Chudd. Grace Guerrero Dayet. Rajin Singh Dhaliwal. Receiving the gold medal in 3-year applied computer science, Jeremy Robert Dunn. Katie Joanne Enns. Kieran William Miro Enns. Andrew Arthur Fast. Jesse Angelo Tavares Fernandez. Laura Elizabeth Friesen. Receiving the gold medal in 3-year physics, Peyton Elizabeth Gomes. Jessica Gonzalez. Caitlin Mary Graham. Arbor Hashanin. Rachel Huden. Angelo Javier. Rochelle Dorothy Johnson. Josiah Christopher Joseph. Patricia Ann Joven. Yael Meredith Kaplan. Jonathan Andrew Cornico Lau. Nathan Andrew Lawson. Terani May Lynn Lewis. Carly Leanne Lodge. Ralph Vincent Marciano. Also receiving the BBA 3-year degree, Ruth Misgard. Etebezahu Teshomi Metaferia. Chimnonso Njoku. Gail Mary Louise Oborn. Charles Chinedu Okeke. Hania Maria Olfman. Cody Alexander Oliver. Joseph Basil Partridge. Teva Ketlin Pathamabong. Justin Robert Russell Penner. Jaden Duncan Privé. Karnveer Singh Ray. Yusuf Ricci. Brooklyn Cheryl Robertson. Lara Raska. Gurveer Sidhu. Ishroop Singh. Nigel Robert Joseph Slabby. Tian Yun Tang. Zachary Troy Jacob Turner. Edmund Viagador. Julia Margaret Vincent. Jennifer Megan Waldner. Celia Shaylin Weeb. Kai-Him Wong. Kina Wong. Receiving the gold medal in 3-year biochemistry, Yu Ki Hu. Shelby Lee Yuskin. Adrian Victor Abram Zacharias. Brett Travis Zaishley. Now the recipients of the Master of Arts in Economics, Olusegun Adedeji Awowole. Ishita Dabas. Receiving a Graduate Student of Highest Distinction Award, Chukwudi Samson Eziani. Himani. Caitlin Brianna McEachran. Now the recipients of the Bachelor of Business Administration 4-year degree, receiving the Chancellor's Gold Medal for the highest standing in Business and Economics, 4-year, Christian James Koulas. Receiving the University Silver Medal for the second highest standing in Business and Economics, 4-year, Roxanne Valerie Chernoboy. Suzanne Abdallah. Daniela Alfonso. Mohammed Al-Habdan. Isa Abdullah Al-Khaldi. Eunice Ruth Anyango. The valedictorian for this afternoon, Richard Anthony Francisco Aquino. From Victoria Beach. Alex Salmal Atia. Ryan Nicholas Baker. Lawrence James Beeston. Keith Leland Bennett. French pronunciation. Also receiving the BA 3-year, Amanda Beth Bernardin. Mamoru Vincent Blaise Shiakawa. Amanda Blanco. Kayla Paige Bobrowski. Receiving the CPA Graduation Prize in Business and Administration, David John Bommersbach. Krisha Camille Chaniko. Chelsea Jean Cullen. Maisha Deol. Abhijad Dhaliwal. Krishme Pamado Diaz. Joel Philip Ditchfield. Thomasina Downs Mitchell.
It's Abraham Fikri Elgiada.
Abraham Fekri Elgeada. Amal Kamel Fantasy. Michelle Catherine Gallo Medina. Manjot Kaur Guman. Christopher Joe Gomes. Crystal Lee Heath. Stephanie Ann Dela Cruz Hernandez. Man Man Hui.
Ivy?
Matthew Christopher Douglas Ivy. Stefan Harold Olaf Jobling. Eranjit Singh Jahal. Melinda Victoria Jonason. Harpreet Kaur. Elliot James King. Ichiro Rhoda Pady. Kelsey Nadine Lafreniere. Kylie Jean Lakatos. Sierra Rose Lebedev. Alicia Lin. Ji Yi Liu. Carly Antonietta Lamonaco. Camilla Rose Acosta Magnaye.
Matthews? This one's right.
Mathis.
Yeah, Matthews.
Sterling Derek David Mathis.
Megan? Yeah.
Megan Joy McDowell. Caitlin Allison McVicker.
This is how I pronounce my name, Mercy.
Deborah Lee Zamora Momeka. Vaman Muhammad. Devin Murphy.
Nathan's.
Thomas Mark Nakins. Quang Viet Ninh. Kayla Joan Park Wilson. Shivani Patel. Oleg Bosheluzny. Huang Pham. Tim George Purich. Justin Rabb.
It's Ramore. Ramore. And Moa? Boke.
Neil Edmund Boak Ramore. Drew Spencer Irvin Ramore. Sarah Caroline Katerina Romanek. Darwin Clent Anthony Rock. Vipul Sani. Zechariah Abroshe Siddiq. Luam Tesfamariam.
Sheikh. And Nida.
Nida Sheikh. Ramandeep Kaur Sidhu. Navraj Singh.
Yeah.
Kuljit Kaur Singh. Samantha Smolarski. Matthew Stephen Stefanishin. Gagandeep Singh Tahim. French pronunciation? Céleste Myriel Marie Thériault. Christine Faye Margaret Vibar Trinidad. Just wait a minute. Okay. Brian Trong. Stephen Daniel Maurice Trupish. Robert Scott Price Wilson. Devin Randall Woodbury. Tanisha Coral Privé. Now the recipients of the Bachelor of Business Administration's 3-year degree, receiving the University Silver Medal for the second highest standing in Business and Economics, 3-year, Irina Gottfried. Ara Karina Adriano. Syed Jahantab Akhtar. Rizor Rahman Anik. Elias Brachi Gonzalez. Carl Cadiz. Christy Aravelo Cahatol.
D'Amico.
Sandra D'Amico. Aldrich Jan Raimundo de Leon. Ahmed Tidiane Diop. Robert Barry Drysdale. Louis Amer Al-Shahawi.
That's not me.
Neoma Mildred Aziamaka.
Margaret Ann Goliker Furlong.
Margaret Ann Goliker Furlot. Taylor Ford. Annette Chandler Magoon. Miguel Gomez Escobar. Kimberly Diane Hale. Lauren Sarah Hamilton. Ali Hamza. Muhammad Hassan. Muhammad Saif Islam. Huen Rei Hu.
Yep.
Karen Lynn Jashin. Cheryl Lenore Combach Dickinson. Pavel Kotlov. Nathan Yichai Leong. Gael Audrey Manirambona. Mary Joanne McRae. Alan Dave Merluza.
That's my brother!
Romeo Jr. Monte. Wouter Johannes Gorter. David Robert Neniska. Caitlin Jane Nunes. Alexander Keith Olson.
Soraya. And you don't have to say my name.
Soraya Lynn Peters. Kyla Posthumus. Natasia Pryden. Hui Hong Herbert Sang. Jamal Mohammed Tajdin. Roberta Jean Smith. Harsimrath Ranjit Singh. Sophia Singh. Rama Sebai.
Shulman? Yeah.
Ran Shulman.
Schroeder or Schrader?
Justin Michael Schrader. Roma Zafar.
Just say Noor Sahabi. Noor Sahabi.
Noor Sahabi.
Ashish Kumar Rai. Yumal Rai.
Ashish Kumar Yumal Rai.
Sanjeev Raman Ramjawan.
Sanjeev Raman Ramjawan. Zahan Faisal Raja. Kei Huang. Ming Tan Wang. Qian Yang. Suzanne Rai. Now the recipients of the Bachelor of Arts Honors degree in Economics, Jorge Alonso Aguela Cortez. Now the recipients of the four-year BA in Economics, receiving the gold medal for achievement in the four-year Economics, Hugh Patterson Campbell. Keen Garrett Goodwin. King Lun Song.
Seo. Yeah.
Edward Hee Won Seo. Lei Hu. Now the recipients of the Bachelor of Arts three-year degree in Economics, Jiang Kun Jiang. Il Guan Kim. Ladies and gentlemen, the spring 2018 graduating class in Science and Business and Economics.
So I have to say, it feels a little different now than when you all came in at 9:30, doesn't it? A little more relief. I want to thank Mr. Chancellor and Mr. Russell, and congratulations once again to the graduating class. I do want to also share that Bob Silver and I have the best seats in the house. We get to see the ritual of preparing for this short but very significant walk across the stage. It starts with Marc Vachon making sure that everything is put on right. And then it proceeds to Colin checking the names. And I do want to acknowledge that Colin not only gets the names right, mostly I think it's fair to say, but he sings them. So I want to thank Colin for doing that. And I also want to note that how often do you hear your full, beautiful name without being in trouble? And I want to thank the audience for participation, because we also get to watch the graduates walk up the stairs, and some of them seem a little nervous at the beginning. They're looking pretty serious, and then they hear somebody shout, "That's my mom, that's my brother, that's my sister, go girl," or whatever. I thought I even heard "show your muscles," but maybe I misheard. And then you get this big smile, and then on occasion they roll their eyes and they denounce you. So I would now like to invite Ruth Dickinson, President of the University of Winnipeg Alumni Association, to welcome the graduates to the Alumni Association.
Dear graduates, today solidifies the dedication and hard work you committed yourself to throughout your educational journey. I would like to congratulate each and every one of you on your accomplishments and welcome you to the University of Winnipeg Alumni Association. The University of Winnipeg is a community that recognizes every student's potential, promotes diversity, ingenuity, cultivates new leaders and leadership, and offers service opportunities on and off campus, and is innovative in research. As you celebrate, take a moment to reflect upon your own academic achievements, personal growth, and contributions at this institution you have called home for the past few years. Your connection to the University of Winnipeg does not end today, but evolves into a lifelong extension of friendships made, the knowledge gained, and the memories created. I encourage each of you to stay connected through the University of Winnipeg Alumni Association. Moving forward, I wish you much success. Follow your dreams, inspire those around you, give back to your community, and never forget that the University of Winnipeg is your home, your alma mater. On behalf of the University of Winnipeg Alumni Association, congratulations to the class of 2018.
Thank you, Ruth. Ruth is the president of the Alumni Association, and she's walked across the stage a few times, and I think even yesterday you were once again receiving a degree. So now it's the time for me to invite the spring 2018 valedictorian, Richard Anthony Aquino, to the platform, and as he makes his way here, I will tell you about him. Of Filipino descent, Richard Aquino is the first child in his family to be born in Canada. Richard obtained a rewarding job as a lead designer with the Government of Canada, but after a number of years felt he was hitting his career ceiling and needed a degree to advance further. In 2014, he took a leave of absence to continue his studies on a full-time basis in the Faculty of Business and Economics, where he was recognized for his persistence and hard work. Throughout his time at UWinnipeg, he has excelled, earning numerous prestigious scholarships and awards, including the Buehler Business Administration Major Scholarship and the Gold Medal for Highest Achievement in a Major. Aquino says the best part about his years at UWinnipeg was being surrounded by collaborative, intelligent students, supportive professors, and a sense of belonging. Currently, he is interested in pursuing opportunities in financial technology, commodities, or business intelligence. Please join me in welcoming Richard Anthony Aquino.
Mr. Chancellor, Madam President, distinguished guests, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am truly honored and grateful to have been chosen to represent the graduating class of 2018. Today marks the culmination of years of hard work, dedication, and sacrifice in our quest for a higher education. Each of us arrived on campus at different times and under different circumstances. I arrived in 2014 looking to further advance my career. I chose UWinnipeg because of its close ties to the local business community, academic excellence, and having grown up in this neighborhood, the fit was natural. Back then, my primary focus was improving my quantitative and research skills. I had no expectation of finding myself or expanding my horizons. After 4 years, however, that's exactly what happened. Open dialogue with its diverse student body has taught me that by accepting differing opinions and challenging our own beliefs, we open our minds to unique perspectives, further enhancing our own view of the world. In the workplace, I had always been taught to drive towards consensus and conformity. By embracing diversity of thought, however, I now actively seek to learn from others, worry less about the right way to do things, and find innovative ways to solving problems. In this data-driven economy where data is harnessed to create a competitive advantage, we must remind ourselves that behind each data point is an actual human being. And by catering to their specific needs, we may be reinforcing inequality and discrimination of groups not represented in that data. I have learned that people before profit is not just a concept, it is an expectation. All of us have shared this journey of self-discovery, and the unique UWinnipeg experience will enable us to handle today's complex issues, live principled lives, and serve the common good. Today would not be possible if not for the efforts, support, and sacrifices made by many parties. To our families and friends, thank you for believing in us, your guidance, and for your unwavering support. To our professors, thank you for challenging our ideas and pushing us to exceed our limits. You have left a lasting impression on us. Fellow graduates, as representatives of this fine institution, we must continue to espouse values of diversity and inclusion in our everyday lives. Become a beacon of light for those left in the darkness, the disadvantaged, the marginalized, and the underrepresented. We are the class of 2018. UWinnipeg will always be a home to you, and you can always come back. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Look towards the future with optimism and excitement. Continue to live out your dreams and be impactful. Congratulations to you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Richard. It was interesting, your comment about data and people. I have a board meeting on Monday night, and I did my annual report to the board, and I have some numbers in there. And today, seeing everybody walk across the stage makes those numbers, I don't know, mean more, mean less, I'm not quite sure. having everyone come across and be named is a reminder of how unique and special each and every one of you are. So on behalf of the University of Winnipeg, I'd like to congratulate everyone who we've celebrated this morning. Congratulations to all of our staff, faculty, and alumni award winners. Congratulations to our honorary degree recipient, Dr. Peter Augrey. And finally, congratulations to our graduating students. I want to thank you for choosing to study at the University of Winnipeg and for sharing your gifts with us at this important stage in your life and education. Convocation is a time to celebrate, a time to look back on your accomplishments with pride and look ahead with anticipation of what is to come. But it's also a time of uncertainty. What next? I'd like to confront that feeling of anxiety for a moment. There is no denying that the workforce you are entering today is significantly different than the one your parents entered. The internet has changed the notion of how we find work, who we work for, and when and where we show up for work. In March, the Royal Bank of Canada released a report stating that 25% of jobs in Canada will be heavily disrupted by technology in the next decade, and fully half will go through a significant overhaul of the skills required. But here's what else RBC found. They found the skills most in demand by Canadian employers in our emerging digital economy are critical thinking, coordination, social perceptiveness, active listening, and complex problem solving. These also happen to be the skills that you are uniquely equipped with. Your professors have provided you the knowledge and tools to not only be resilient in the face of change, but to be the ones leading it. Part of what makes us anxious about disruption is a fear of the unknown, this feeling that it's an unseen force that will come out of nowhere to upset our lives. But disruption doesn't come out of nowhere. It starts with people, motivated people who are driven to challenge conventions and create different circumstances for themselves and others. People like Dr. Peter Augrey. He might not have disrupted technology, but he did disrupt a way of thinking, I think it's fair to say. And I have to say I enjoyed watching Anurag when Dr. Augrey spoke about the water channel, because you understand how big a deal that was. His groundbreaking research has helped change the perception of hopelessness for millions of people suffering from life-threatening diseases. His drive to improve the human condition through science has not only improved public health across the world, but also promoted peace and sustainable development. He did this all without waiting for change or disruption to happen to him. Yesterday, we presented an honorary degree to renowned Métis author Maria Campbell. She has an incredible life story, growing up as a young Indigenous woman in the Canadian community, suffering from systemic racism. Her life quickly went off the rails. In her biography, Half-Breed, she shares how her grandmother taught her that fortune would not simply fall on her. If she wanted to improve her way of life, she would need to find individuals like herself and together find an alternative. She would have to go out and discover the world's need for her leadership. And that's exactly what she did, starting with local support groups and eventually building a network of strong-willed activists through her research, teachings, and creative works. I am positive you will all be very positive forces for change in your communities. Every day, University of Winnipeg graduates go to work in diverse fields and locations, each with the potential to leave their mark on the world, big or small. We have over 50,000 graduates. I'm just going to share a few examples. I recently met a U-Winnipeg graduate, Clinton Skibitsky, who with Olive Pitlick, another U-Winnipeg grad, managed a company called DeCapo, a recording studio that specializes in audio for film, TV, commercials, and video games, and they have clients all around the world. But they also have a local business, the popular across-the-board cafe in the Exchange District, a concept that brings people together over food and board games. Clinton and Olive are disruptors who didn't just make opportunities and jobs for themselves, they made them for others. They are both examples of how UW graduates are having measurable impact at home and abroad. Another grad, Dr. Alina Havrylyuk, has received international accolades for her research into neutron scattering, a process used to understand the properties of matter and how different types interact with one another. Alana's work has taken her from Scotland to Japan, and it all just started 7 years ago where she was a new chemistry graduate, sitting right where you are now. And as you sit here today, you might not be able to see how you could possibly be in a position to open a popular business or make groundbreaking discoveries into new materials. And that is fine. Our desire and capacity to learn, whether it's through formal education or just taking in life's lessons, doesn't end when we leave university. Mark Abatosaway is a great example of this. Mark is an Ojibwe from the Ondek Omni Kanuk First Nation in Ontario, and he first came to Winnipeg as a young person looking to pursue education, but dropped out of university due in part to culture shock from transitioning to the city. Years later, he came back. He came back as a mature student and earned his physics degree, along with a degree in aerospace engineering from the University of Minnesota. Today, Mark is a structural engineer at Boeing, one of the world's largest aerospace companies. Mark's path through life, or university for that matter, wasn't a direct one, and he didn't have all the answers at once. After returning to school in 2000, Mark often lacked the time and money to take more than one class in a semester. There were even stretches when he couldn't take any classes at all. It took 10 years for Mark to eventually finish his degree here. Along the way, he gained different research and class experiences as he got to know his professors better. It was the totality of these experiences that helped shape Mark, the person he is today, not the time or place that each one happened. Clinton, Olaf, Alana, and Mark are not alone in finding success. A recent graduate outcome survey found that 96% of our graduates are employed, and despite the lower cost of living here in Manitoba, our graduates' earnings were on par with Ontario grads. All this is to say you are well positioned to go out and utilize your talents and discover the world's need for your leadership. I want to point out one other graduate who's sitting behind me. I'm going to maybe embarrass her, maybe not, but Jarita Gray Eyes, if you could wave, is an alumni of U Winnipeg, U Victoria. She came back to work for us a few years ago in community learning, and I'm pleased to say that Jarita is going on to do a PhD at Stanford University, and we're going to miss her tremendous drive and energy. My favorite time of the year is Christmas, I have to say, and working with Jarita is like the week before Christmas every week. It's very exciting. So please join me in a warm round of applause again for all of our graduates. And before I really wrap up, I'd like to acknowledge that whatever path you choose going forward, you won't be taking it alone. And your parents, guardians, and friends, many of whom we are honored to have with us today, have played an important role in getting you to this point. As a show of thanks for those who have supported you so far, I'd like to invite you, the new graduates of the University of Winnipeg, to turn in whichever direction you prefer and join our community in showing your appreciation for this support. Today, I think the corners have it for most enthusiasm. I would also like to thank Chief Marshal Dr. Mark Vachon and the faculty marshals, Chief Usher Lynn Jones, those members of staff who have volunteered as ushers, sign language interpreters Jennifer Horvath and Tessa Rogowski, Elder Frank Walker, members of the Winnipeg Police Pipe Band, and our new pianist Alina Havrylyuk. This year would have been Barry Anderson's 60th year participating in our convocation ceremonies as the organist, and Barry sadly passed away in 2017 before he could play his 60th convocation, but we are very happy to have Alina here with us, and we hope to see her here for many more years to come. Thank you to the many members of staff who have helped to organize this event, and again, on behalf of all of us, the faculty of the University of Winnipeg, for placing students first and for embodying the pursuit of excellence to which we are all committed. I want especially to thank our distinguished Chancellor, Mr. Robert Silver, for being such a wonderful supporter of the university. And finally, our thanks to the graduates for making us so proud, and to all of you, our guests, for joining us on this marvelous occasion. We wish you all the best in the next part of your life, adventure, and hope that you keep in touch with the university. Following the ceremony, you are all invited to a reception in honor of our graduates outside on Spence Street Commons. You can meet your student there. And I would request that after the singing of the honor song and our national anthem, you remain in your places until the academic procession and the platform party have retired. Family and friends are asked to remain in the gym until the academic procession has exited. Please rise for an honor song by Frank Walker, followed by the national anthem.
Away, ho!
Away, away,
stand on God for thee. Et ta valeur deux fois trempée protégera nos foyers et nos droits. Au Canada, we stand on God for thee.
Anytime you need some. Careful what you wish for. Well, no, you know what? I'm looking forward to it. It'll be good. Now that the province has actually got a chosen NPC, I think we've got a good mix of voices. It'll be good. Certainly, I appreciate the offer. Well, I'm such a regular at the board. You're there when we need you. That's the important part. And frankly, an editor seems to have that
Most important job a board can do is to take
Yes.
and guide it, not to manage.
Yes.
Great lungs this morning. It is. I will.